It's the round 17 preview. Once again, I'm joined by the beautiful Medley. She's here. She just jumped from the couch to the pool table. How awesome was that? Anyway, and yes, I am one of those wankers that wear a jumper while they're going to watch their team play. We're going to do a bit of a different way here. We're going to start it off, have a commercial break so I can watch a bit of the game, come back at quarter time, then have another commercial break and finish it at half time. If we're losing by half time, then I'll be cracking the shits. So anyway, let's get it all started. First of all, let's start off with the ladder as of round 17. Renegades on top by a game. They're clear of Rangers Anonymous, who, by the way, congratulations to someone who I don't want to say anything on social media about. Anyway, Jabroni's a third. See you later, Melly. She'll come back later. I'm rolling tight on points. Askers United a fifth, 34 points. Sugar Daddies, 32 points. Gods of Olympus, one game out, considering they were bottom 4 weeks ago, on 30 points. Seek and Destroy, 28. They're still in it. No Dumplings, 24. Must win the rest of their games to make the finals. And Maltese Falcons, who want to change the finals. Want to change the way everything goes. And I think this week they play Michaels, so could end Michaels' hopes tonight. Game is about to start, so let's do it quickly. Well, there's my loophole player, Stuart Rioli. Hope everyone's done their loopholes in their teams. Haven't checked anything. So I just done my team at work. If you haven't done your team, bad luck. Hey, the boss, how are you?
Good, mate. What's going on?
Good. How'd you enjoyed your first year in the league?
Look, it's been good, mate. I wish I had, an idea how to draft at the start. It'll be very different next year.
Yeah. Dangerfield trade with Stevens.
Well, at the time they were averaging the same, and now Dangerfield seems to be averaging about 100, and Stevens averaging about 50. Mm. So yeah, it's fair to say it hasn't worked.
Yeah. And what do you think of Coley and his shit attempts to finish, like his low scoring and his third on the ladder?
Well, yeah, that's a bit odd, isn't it? Yeah.
What's his scoring for?
Well, I'm not. Not now. I'm not. The bye rounds killed me, so Coley probably scored more than me through the bye rounds. I don't know, but yeah, to see someone that's the lowest scorer, third position, that's pretty bad.
Yeah. And your mate Kenner on top?
Kenner, Mick, how's he doing? Is he alive?
Yeah, he's alive.
Oh, he's a good bloke. I haven't seen him for ages.
That's a good one. Yeah. And Dash?
Dash is a superstar, I can say.
Yes.
I don't even know. He's up just above man ladder, and he says he's going shit too.
Yes.
He's averaging 20 points more than me around.
Any final words?
Next year will be different, lads. But I'm glad to be a part of it.
Anyway, let's start off. Second Destroy projected for 299 against No Dumplings projected for 316. Should be a big win for No Dumplings, but Second Destroy did have a big score last week. Let's start it off. Second Destroy have got, well, it looks like they haven't really done any loophole plays. They haven't got anyone to put in the loophole, that's all right. Mark LeCroix, or Poppy. They've got Poppy as the loophole player. There we go. Mark LeCroix at full forward at the moment. Well, these teams are as of 7:20. As you see, the game's about to start on Thursday. So they may change by tomorrow, who knows. But let's get started. LeCroix's at full forward. Tom Lynch is at half forward. LeCroix's against Carlton. Tom Lynch had a good game. He's at home against Collingwood this week. See how that goes. Stevens, big week last week. 119, whatever it was. Had a massive week. So Jackie Stevens is a utility spot. Travis Boak is in the midfield. The game's just started. I didn't even get the first hit out. Come on, Segs. Anyway, the game's just started. Let's keep it going. Boak is at the midfield with James Kelly. Kelly might change. He didn't have a good week last week. Is against Richmond, against Richmond, the MCG. So, yeah, Richmond haven't been that great. Lilberger is back for Second Destroy. He goes into the ruck. And McRae is at halfback after his 9 tackles last week. Ollie Wines takes up position as tackler. Well done, James Frawley. Chip. And as we said, Poplo is the interchange player. Players to choose from. He does lose Dion Presley this week to a knee injury. Armitage is available. Charlie Dixon's also available. Blue players can come in. And also Hayden Ballantyne tomorrow night against Geelong. Loves playing against Geelong, so he's available as well. So maybe that's an option for him. So yeah, that's Second Destroy's team. If we move on to No Dumplings, pretty much keeps the team similar to how it was last week. The options he may want to choose, obviously Jake Stringer had a big game last week. He may want to choose him, but let's get started. Stevie J is at the full forward spot. Eddie Betts is at half forward. Jack Zeeble comes in at utility. He has got Kieran Jack as his loophole play this week though. So let's see if Kieran Jack has a big game like he did last week. Hopefully not. But Stevie J against Brisbane could have a big game too, by the way. And Eddie Betts against Collingwood, Eddie's pocket. Heath Shaw will be hoping to bounce back. He's against Brisbane as well, so he should. And Scott Petterbury is in the midfield as well this week. Brody Grundy back in the ruck. Had a big game last week. Got 30 hitouts, but a big all-round game. Had a really good game. And Josh Kennedy at the halfback, he's playing tonight, always plays well against Hawthorn, gets heaps of clearances against Hawthorn and contested possession, so hopefully he doesn't have that good of a game. Who's that? Piss off. Go away, Sydney. And Mitch Robinson in at tackler. Mitch Robinson coming off injuring 2 players last week. Riscatelli tried to tackle him, done his knee. Ablett tried to tackle him, done his shoulder. Anyway, actually, Mitch Robinson's been good since he left Carlton. Carlton must be a drag or weight on anyone. As I said, Jake Stringer is an option. A weight, yeah, no more weight. Anyway, Jake Stringer's an option to play. He's been good lately. Jay Schultz is also an option. David Mundy was under an injury cloud, but he's back as well. Obviously not playing McAvoy and McVeigh because they're playing right now. Pavlich, another option. Mitch Duncan and Justin Westhoff is also there. So that's the team. Second destroy projected for 299. No dumplings projected for 316. Nothing's happened in the game, so let's do the second game as well. Just pulling up. It's Coley. First, yeah, Coley. Actually, tell me your stats this week, Coley.
It's time for
Coley.
All right, thanks, Coley. Now, actually, with Vossi, and obviously we saw a bit of the behind the scenes, and piss off Gary Warren, you prick. Anyway, behind the scenes look. What is it? What does he do at band practice?
See, what actually happens at band practice?
You write songs.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Does this happen at band practice?
By the way, I'm introducing Coley. I don't know if he's doing the stats or not, but I'm going to introduce him in case he does. If it doesn't, I look like a dick. I'm already a dick wearing a jumper when my team's playing on TV. But anyway, speaking of Coley, let's get to the next game before our commercial break. It's Dan Cole's on rolling, projected for 307 against the high-scoring stand-up Jacobs Jabroni on 327 projected. Third on the ladder versus fourth. Big game. Third versus fourth. The winner will consolidate a spot in the finals. Guarantee the winner will be in the finals this year. Hopefully it's not Coley. But anyway, let's get started with Coley's team. Tom Hawkins in at full forward and Wingard at half forward. Nicky Rewald's playing at utility. Whether he keeps in there, doubt it. That's again, these are the teams as of, what time is it? As of 7:25. Lockie Hunter's the midfielder. I've actually picked Lockie Hunter as the high score for Supercoach this week, so see how he goes. Taylor Adams, after a massive game last week, a big game anyway, for a return game, is at the other midfield spot. And Tom Hickey, 50 points or 46 points in the ruck. He makes his return to the ruck. Well, he's back in the ruck. Swallow at halfback, and Levi Greenwood makes a return from injury. He is the tackler. Coley has got Grant Birchall as his interchange play this week for his loophole. I should have brought the stats with me to tell you how he went. I don't know, sorry. That's Coley's team, projected for 307. Not a bad side. He has got a few players to choose from. He's got Chris Mayne, he's got Piers Hanley, Reece Stanley's back, Ben Cunnington's there. He's got more help in the midfield, so he might have a better game because North Melbourne bring back Waite, Del Santo and Wells. Trent, I know that's not playing. Lindsay Thomas is there. Kate Simpson is actually surprised not playing Kate Simpson. Probably wants to see how Birchall goes first. Elliot Yeo and Jack Nunes. Also, Jack Nunes had a big game last week, so let's see what happens. But that's Coley's team, projected for 307. Here is up against the high-scoring, well-tanned, Hawaiian, getting laid, Jacobs Jabronis. Getting laid by, the lay you put on, that's what I meant. Jabronis. So Jabronis has got Josh Bruce in at full forward. In fact, I think his team hasn't really changed, to be honest. Josh Bruce full forward, Tom Lynch at half forward. Come on, Gunston! Speaking of Gunston, you didn't play him again, and he's kicking for goal. Come on, man, do your side. He's not even doing his side, he's winning. I hate you. You're as bad as Kenner. Tom Lynch half forward, Luke Parker at utility, Liam Montagna is in the midfield, Bernie Vince as the other midfield, Jacobs is at the ruck, Dustin Martin is the halfback, and Tom Mitchell is the tackler. Once again, his team is as it is, so he hasn't really got an interchange player at the moment. The players he's got to choose from Jack Dunstan, who just kicked the goal, so he didn't play him. Lachie Neal's another option. He's up against Geelong back at Domain Stadium. Stephen Hill's another option. Kobe Stevens, I believe, might be back. Josh Hill, Anthony Miles, Jeremy McGovern, Daniel Menzel. So quite a few to choose from there. So that's that team. Projected for 327. Apologies if you missed the names going along the side here because I'm going very quick. So apologies for that, by the way. But that's the team as of 7:28. Before we go to our commercial break, let's have a look how some of the players are going at the moment. Luke Parker, utility for Jacobs Jabroni, has got 5 possessions and 1 tackle. Tom Mitchell's got 2 tackles. Buddy has got 2 kicks, 1 mark. Come on, Buddy. Lift your game. Kick goals once we're killing you. Kieran Jack has a loophole, only got 1 kick and 1 mark. McVeigh didn't play in 2 possessions. Who else we got? Josh Kennedy only just 1 handball at the moment. Don't forget, the game's only 5 minutes in. For Hawthorn, Cyril's got 1 handball and 1 tackle. He's my loophole player. Hodgie's got 2 possessions at the moment. Poppy is a loophole player, has got 3. Poppy loophole player for second destroy, 3 kicks and 3 tackles already. Gunston, we said, has got the goal. Mitchell's got 3 possessions. No doubt Kenner would have played him. I haven't checked the teams. 1 tackle. Isaac Smith also 3 possessions. I think loophole player. Cirioli, 1 tackle. I think Michael didn't have time to put Isaac Smith as his loophole. He's upset about that. Jordan Lewis also got 2 possessions. And that's it for now. What's Seg's got? Hit out. How many Seg's got? 3 hit outs. Good start. So Bruce Birchall's got nothing, Coley, and Bruce for me has got nothing. That sucks because I've got Bruce as full forward. So that's the teams. Already mentioned Hodge Michael, thanks. Anyway, we're going to go for a quick commercial break. I think Josh Kennedy has just kicked a point. Quick commercial break. Once we return, we'll go through the rest of the sides. Coming up next, Gods of Olympus versus... Sorry. Gods of Olympus versus Maltese Falcons after the break. Stay.
What's your name?
My name? Oh, let me tell you my name. I'm confused because, you know, like we're supposed to believe in the ministry, right? So is the church and state supposed to be separate? I'm confused because I never went to school. So why am I afraid? I'm not afraid. I'm afraid of the boogeyman. Who's the boogeyman? You figure it out. I'm getting out of here. I'm going back to Waterloo where the vampires hang out. And I'm going to wear my sunglasses at night. You know why? Because women show their tits, have short skirts, and then they feel violated when I look at them. Why? Because I have sunglasses on and I'm weird.
Welcome back, everybody. Once again, Millie's joined us after the commercial break. So I hope you enjoyed that. A lot of Sydney Swan players are getting massive stats, particularly Kennedy and Parker. Absolutely killing it at the moment. And Mitchell's got quite a few possessions as well, which is unfortunate. So he's on 13 points in midfielder. Gunston's not playing, 5 kicks, 5 marks and a goal. Jordan Lewis got 7 possessions. Segler's getting killed in the ruck. Naismith's got 12 hit-outs. Segler's only got 5. He's done that. As I said, Poppy's got 3. Hirola's got 3 tackles. So yeah, it's not too bad. And Tom Mitchell's got 2 tackles, 9 possessions. Josh Kennedy, 11 possessions, 4 tackles. Luke Parker, 12 possessions, 1 tackle. Hanbury, only the 5 possessions for me. So my players aren't doing quite well. Jack's only got 3 possessions as well. So it's a bit unfortunate. Luke Bruce hasn't even gone near the goal. So could be out of the 5 for me this week. The way it's looking. Anyway, let's get started. Gods of Olympus, 332 projected against Maltese Falcon. 330, what a ripper. 332 to 330 projection games and she's gone again. Don't last long, do you? Anyway, let's get started. Gods of Olympus have gone Jack Dale at the moment. Teams as of 7:53. Jack Darling full forward. Jack Rewell at half forward. It's a bit of a jack off again. And Stephen Killingo is in a utility at the moment. Still side bottom at midfield with Sam Doherty against the Eagles. Todd Goldstein at the ruck after his 64 hit-outs last week. Tom Rockcliffe at half-back against GWS on Sunday. Matty Prittis is a tackler. And Luke Shuey is the interchange. So that's the team there. A bit of a jack-off, as I said. Killingo has been in really good form, averaging 71 as utility. And Sam, still slide bottom, and Sam Doherty have been really good in the midfields there as well. And Goldie, well, Goldie's Goldie. Had a few options to choose, Michael did. Redden is back in the team this week. Not playing Sinclair, obviously. And not playing Isaac Smith. Hasn't really started well anyway. Peter's an option. He's been under fire. Will he come back and kick a few goals? Johannesson's back as well. He's up against Gold Coast. And the other option really is Brodie Smith. That's Michael's option. So not many to choose from. However, his first starting lineup predicted for 332. If he gets that, he'll be quite happy. However, if Maltese Falcons gets his prediction for 330, yeah, he'll be happy because he'll win. But it'll be a very, very good game. So at the moment, Maltese Falcons haven't really changed their team from last week right now, so hasn't chosen any interchange players that they might have. I haven't checked it yet. Chosen. Full forward is Josh Jenkins after his 18, 20 points last week. Jack White's massive game last week, got 3 goals and got about 45 points or something. Dangerfield in the utility over at Freo. Andrew Gaff is the midfielder. Dylan Shields is the other midfielder. Tom Nichols in the ruck, got 35 or 6 last week. Trent Conchin is a halfback. He got his average last week, 65. Ed Kerno tackler, 22, got 30 points. 10 tackles last week. And Ben Brown's the interchange player there. That's a team that's predicted to get 330. That team's in form. They've done quite well the last few weeks. 351 they got, 364 they got last week as a total, with Dangerfield killing it. Dangerfield's utility average is 81, which is the best in the game, I think, at the moment. The players he get to choose from, obviously he's got Cruiser and Cripps. He's got Danaher, who's been pretty good. Kerridge, Curry, he's going to play Andrew Phillips, Josh Kelly, Rory Laird, would have got 50 points in midfield last week. Aaron Young, Jasper Pittard, Jordy Ruffin. Actually, he's almost got, besides Daniel Curry, everyone is available in his team to choose from. So, a bit unlike Fenny, because Melbourne had a few injuries. So, the game's back. Hawthorn's down by 9 points. Sydney's actually killing us, to be honest. So that's that game. Projections 332 to 330. Gods of Olympus on that one. Who knows? Will they continue their run? See how they go. Haven't really done any projections, but let's see what Coley thinks, if Coley's there. All right, let's get to the next game now. Sugar Daddies projected for 296, under 300. That's the first time. This may be my saving grace for me staying at the 5, because Renegades have been on fire and probably will beat him. So I might stay in the 5 because Sugar might lose. I have got the hardest draw, remember, as we went through last week. Projected 326 Sugar Daddies, projected for Renegades 329. So it's 296, not 326, 296 to 329. I'm all over the shot. Renegades are first on that, clear on top, looking to consolidate that this week. Jeremy Cameron, after his big game last week, is against Brisbane. Brisbane are not playing merit, so Jeremy Cameron could have a big game at full forward. And at the moment, Mitch Wallace is his half forward. Whether he keeps that like that, interesting. Bontempelli's in at utility. Robbie Gray is the midfield. Bontempelli's back in because now he hasn't got Ablett, and obviously Gray. Yeah, his team's a bit different, to be honest. So obviously Gray there. But Robbie Gray's in the midfield, Bontempelli utility. Callum Ward is also the other midfielder. Maxi Gawn killing it in the ruck. He's up against St Kilda, Tom Hickey. Treloar, the halfback. And at the moment, as I said, he's got Will Minson as tackler. So Will Minson will come out and Delio is at the interchange. So this team's going to definitely change. Robbie Gray more likely to go to utility. Bontempelli probably halfback, probably be the better option. Although Bontempelli is kicking goals and is up against Gold Coast. The options that he's got to choose from. There. Let's see what he's got. He's got Jared Waite's back, so he can play half forward. Stephen Motlop is under fire. He needs to come into it. Nicky Del Santo is also back. Redpath to choose from. Harvey and Parrish. Who knows? I mean, Cullen Water had a bad game last week, so there might be a few changes in that game. So thanks for your team, Sugar. Didn't really have any choices to choose from. So no doubt that team is going to change, and his projected score will go up a little bit higher. Get on your segs. Get a mark. Get a point for me because you're getting useless. As we go to Stiff's T, as I said, projected for 329, sitting pretty on top by 1 game. Not bad for the worst team with the competition, Stiff. Bruce kicked goal! What my commentary. Anyway, Tim Membry, after his 5 goals last week, is at full forward. Josh Kennedy, half forward against Carlton, against his old team, so he'll be hoping to have a massive game. Aaron Hall, now last time Gary Abbott didn't play, Aaron Hall dominated. Mitchell, stop getting possessions, please. Aaron Hall dominated, so he's back at the utility spot. Jordan Lewis, lock in. He's locked already. He's actually having a pretty good game right now. He's got about 8 possessions, 6 kicks, 2 tackles. Brandon Ellis is the midfielder. Shane Mumford, the ruck. Didn't have a very good game last week. Up against Stephen Martin this week. His other ruck, so to see who he plays. Zach Merritt's been on fire. He's been 67 as a halfback, but he's actually getting me high scores. So he's been really good. And he welcomes back Michael Barlow in the tackler. Barlow historically has a really good game against Geelong Stiff, so you might want to look at that. Luke Hodge is the utility player. On your Poppy! Is the loophole player. I think last time I saw, Mitchell might have been tagging Hodge. That's Tom Mitchell. So Hodgie might be telling him to come over next season. That might be happening. But at the moment, he's only got 3 kicks. So not having a very good game for him there. So as he's got, who's he got to choose from? Stiff's got, as we said, Stephen Martin, Matt Crouch, Walters, Lobb, Gray, Sean Griggs back as well. Daniel Wells is back. Trengove, Shane Kerson's back, and Daniel Rich. You got almost you only have Dawson Simpson's the only one you don't get to choose from there, Stiff. So very good. You've got a full team to choose from there as well. Look, Stiff really realistically should continue his run here and stay on top of the ladder. A few choices to choose from. Yeah, so Stiff to go. If Coley's there, let's see what he thinks. God, Mitchell's killing it. It's pissing me off. And at the moment, by the way, Poppy could be a utility position for you. Vossi, 5 possessions, 3 tackles, a goal. Not doing too bad to start off with the game. Hopefully he continues it. But anyway, let's get to the last game, which is my game. Me against the don't want to mention on social media. I find that funny. So it's Arse Kickers United versus Rangers Anonymous. Projections 325 against 339 for Rangers Anonymous. It's a massive projection. Mind you, Bruce hasn't kicked a goal yet. Buddy hasn't kicked a goal yet. Hanbury's not having a good game. Segler's not having a good game. I'm going to get smashed. Let's start it though. Bruce at full forward, Buddy at half forward. At the moment, Gibbs is utility. You want to see how Cyril goes. Cyril's not really having a good game, so Gibbs might stay there. Hanbury at the midfield with Seb Ross. Been pretty happy with Seb Ross, to be honest. Cyril! Cyril! Anyway, Segs is in ruck. He's not having a very good game either. Sloan been great lately. Sloan, I'm loving Sloan right now. Rory Sloan. And Scotty Thompson playing his 300th game. I feel like I'm wasting him at tackle because I reckon he's going to have a really good game. Yeah, so we'll see what he does. Oh, you know what? Cyril kicking the goal now and having a good game. Now that I've got Bruce and Frank, I can't really put him at half forward, can I? Or full forward. But anyway, that's me. Who have I got to choose from? Quite a few to choose from, actually, and quite a few players in form. I mean, Zach Swift's not, but Jack Viney's available. Tora Dixon's available. I've lost Riscatelli. Nick Nat's not back yet. Jonathan Patton, he kicked 3 goals last week. Zahar Raks is back from suspension. Suckling probably have a good game. Sam Lloyd's been kicking goals. He's up against Essendon. Should have played Sam Lloyd. What was I doing? Charlie Cameron as well, and Bartell's not playing. So that's what I've got to choose from. As we go to have a look at Kenner's team, projected for 339. Kenner, he has got Jesse Hogan at full forward and Taylor Walker at half forward. Oh, no, Kenner, you didn't do your team. Joel Selwood's at utility. Matthew Boyd midfield and Sam Mitchell, as we said, who's absolutely killing it, is his midfielder. Have a look at that. Boyd and Mitchell have both got no average as a full forward. That means they haven't kicked any goals or points this year. Anyway, so that's yeah. So Mitchell's the midfielder. Mitchell's killing it. I'm upset. Hampson's been on fire as a ruck. He's up against Leuenberger. Well, Mitchell 8-2. Don't want to see that, Michael. Mitchell's 8. Hampson's killing it in the ruck. He's averaging 35. Nathan Jones, as a halfback, has been really good lately. He's up against St Kilda. And look, he didn't do his team. He's got Liam Shields tackler, and he's got Fife as the interchange. So realistically, he's going to be one short. But the way my players are playing, the way he's playing, he should probably. Oh, he can still put someone as an interchange, actually, can't he? So Fife's not locked out. So Kenner, put someone as your interchange. Marrick's, who's got to choose from? Goddard and Zorko. Garlett to choose from. Jack Crisp. Toby Green to choose from. Josh Walker's back. Tom Scully's back as well. So there's his options to choose from there. So what are you going to do with that interchange, Kenner? Hopefully you get a chance to do it. I know you're pretty busy at the moment. I'm not looking at your team. I'm not doing your team. Mick's not touching your team. You better do it yourself. So yeah. So that's it there. So at the moment, Rangers Anonymous should probably win. Consolidated final spot. They're projected for 339. I'm projected for 325. Brad Hill's about to kick his second goal and put Hawthorn in front. No, he won't. So yeah. But anyway, that's it. Good luck this week, everybody. Round 17. We'll be back with the preview. Go the Hawks. Don't forget, lockout tomorrow night. Geelong versus Fremantle. Fremantle versus Geelong. Everyone remember to do your teams. And good luck all.